It must have been tough going through infertility treatment. Did it cost a lot of money? We have quite a bit of assets, so it's not a problem for us, but it seems like it's tough for you, Hannah. With a laugh, Marissa says this. I couldn't tell if this was meant to be sarcastic, but it still didn't sit right with me. Maybe there's no ill intention behind it. I'm probably overthinking. And then, one day, Marissa finally revealed her true colors. You dare to damage our Lamborghini? My husband is in the mafia, you know. You owe us $65,000 for repairs and compensation. Got it? Ah, that's right. You know it'll happen if you don't pay, right? To such people, I immediately responded. Understood. The money is at home, so please come. Marissa and Nathaniel widened their eyes. Because my house is... My name is Hannah. My husband Kirk and I met during our university days. We were introduced by a mutual friend, and our relationship blossomed from there. Until we got married, everything was smooth sailing. Both families approved, and we believed a happy life awaited us. When we have children someday, let's make plenty of different memories together. We used to talk about things like that often. However, even after 3 years of marriage, pregnancy eluded us. Considering the possibility, Kirk and I decided to go to the hospital together. There, I was diagnosed with having difficulty conceiving. Shocked and saddened, I couldn't help but break down in tears right there. Perhaps I may never be able to have children in my lifetime. Kirk was just as shocked as I was. If you want children, you should marry someone other than me. It was all I could think about in my head the whole time. But Kirk always stayed by my side. Don't worry, there's nothing to worry about. I'll support you, and we'll both do our best. It might sound cliché, but it meant a lot to me. Thankfully, I think I was able to endure the infertility treatment, partly thanks to Kirk. And a year after starting the treatment, we were blessed with our daughter. Our parents were also thrilled about this. Infertility treatments can be quite expensive. To be honest, it would have been difficult with just Kirk's income. When we discussed finances, my parents were happy to support us. I don't think I could have achieved this happiness on my own. We named our daughter Naomi. She's incredibly lively and spirited, like an angel. She's truly a treasure, especially considering the hardships of her birth. When she turned 4, we decided to enroll her in kindergarten. While we're not both working, I still want Naomi to have various experiences. I also want her to make lots of friends, which is why we decided to enroll her. I need to be mindful of making sure Naomi feels comfortable. It's especially important to build good relationships with other moms. It's not ideal for kids to get along well while their parents keep their distance. Children are very sensitive to those dynamics, so it's something to be mindful of. And then came the kindergarten orientation. Kirk couldn't make it due to work, so I had to attend alone. I felt a bit nervous, my face probably showing it. I wondered how to approach others. Lost in thought, Marissa, one of the other moms, came over and started a conversation with me. Hello, nice to meet you. Looking forward to getting to know you. By the way, didn't I see you going into the OB/GYN clinic the other day? I vividly remember being surprised by her first words when we met. She probably saw me during the time I was undergoing infertility treatment. Yes, actually, I was going for some treatments during that time. I thought so. I've seen you there a few times. So, was something wrong with your health that required treatment? There was no point in hiding it here. I decided to be honest and open. I was undergoing treatment because I had difficulty conceiving. Thanks to that, I was able to give birth to my daughter. Well, that's wonderful news. Your daughter must be incredibly cute then. Oh, absolutely. I feel happy every day. With a smile, Marissa said, Children are adorable, aren't they? Actually, unlike you, we didn't have any trouble conceiving. We have 2 children now, and we're enjoying every moment. Going through infertility treatment must have been tough, both financially and emotionally, right? We were fortunate enough to have some flexibility in those aspects, so I can't quite understand how you must have felt. Listening to Marissa, I couldn't help but feel a bit unsettled. It seemed to come across as a bit condescending, no matter how I looked at it. It's not like that at all. Everyone has their own struggles, and now it's become a good memory for me. My husband supported me, so I persevered without giving up. I struggled to suppress my emotions and replied to Marissa, "It's not good to leave a bad impression right after the welcome ceremony." Having somehow made it through that situation, I returned home and immediately talked to Kirk about it.
"Maybe you're worrying about it too much, Anna. It's a difficult issue, and I think you might be a bit sensitive about it. It might be difficult, but it might be better to handle it smoothly and brush it off like you did this time. If you can't bear it anymore, I'm always here to listen, so feel free to talk to me again. I'm sorry I've left all the interactions at the nursery to you."
At that moment, I felt truly fortunate to be married to this person. If Kirk says that, I feel like I can endure anything anyone does to me. I resolved to be more open-hearted in my interactions. That's what I thought again. But hell began from there. Since the entrance ceremony, Marissa started picking on me for various reasons. Her snide remarks at pickup time were one thing, but she also started harassing Naomi, not just me. It happened during a parent-child outing. We all boarded a bus and went to a park a little way off to have a picnic. I was looking forward to seeing Naomi in her usual kindergarten setting. We spread out a picnic blanket on the grass for lunch. A few moms gathered and chatted while we spent time together. Naomi happily ate the bagged lunches I had worked hard to make since morning. To prevent her from choking, I poured tea for Naomi. As I was about to pour it from the flask into a cup, Marissa bumped into me. The impact caused the tea to spill all over Naomi. At this rate, she might catch a cold. I hurriedly wiped Naomi's body. Seeing this, Marissa said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I never thought you'd be right there." It's hard to believe she didn't notice, given that we had spread out the picnic blanket. Though I thought that, I responded with a smile. "Oh no, it was my fault too. I have spare clothes prepared just in case something happens, so it's okay." "Oh, that's good to hear. Let's get her changed quickly then. Well then, I'll be off." Marissa went back to her own child. It must have been just an accident, so it can't be helped. While thinking that, I looked at the backpack that was nearby, and for some reason, its contents were wet. There shouldn't have been any tea spilled there, so why? Upon closer inspection, I could smell orange juice coming from the backpack. At that moment, I heard Marissa's loud voice. "Speaking of which, I brought some orange juice. Shall we have some? We've got paper cups, so whoever wants some, come over here." It feels like she's deliberately shouting loud enough for me to hear, and the word orange juice catches my attention. Could it be that Marissa is behind the backpack being wet? Upon checking its contents, I found that the spare clothes I brought were also soaked. With everything wet, there's no way to change clothes. In the end, we had to spend the day as it was. Even though it was supposed to be a fun outing, Naomi didn't seem happy at all. Even if I confront Marissa, she'll probably just play dumb. I don't want to ruin the outing by creating a bad atmosphere. I grit my teeth and suppressed my anger. For now, I'll just endure it, and tomorrow I'll ask why she's doing this. If it were just me, it would be one thing, but harming Naomi is another story. That's what I thought, but when it came time to pick up Naomi from kindergarten the next day, it wasn't Marissa who came, but Nathaniel, her husband. He was wearing a flashy suit and sunglasses, emitting a somewhat intimidating aura. But I couldn't just ignore him. So I approached with a smile and started a conversation. "Hi, I'm friends with Marissa. Is she not coming today?" Then Nathaniel, clearly in a bad mood, responded while choosing his words.
"Huh? Don't casually come up and talk to me. I'm part of what you might call a mafia. You heard of the Salvatore group. I admire that group, and recently started it up. Nathaniel began boasting unprompted. By the way, I heard my wife got into some trouble with you. Said she was suddenly accused of something. Huh? I involuntarily exclaimed, feeling unfairly accused. Remember what you said about my precious wife? I'll make you regret it later. Before I could even explain myself, Nathaniel left the kindergarten. It feels like things are getting complicated. Perhaps Marissa lied to her husband. And about the Salvatore group? After that, there were no more pickups. Even if I tried to talk to Marissa about this, it might be futile. I don't have a clue. During this confusing time, something happened. That day, I went to the supermarket to buy dinner. As I was parking and about to enter, I heard a loud noise behind me. Startled, I turned around to find a high-end Lamborghini had collided with my car. The front bumper of the Lamborghini was significantly dented. Unable to understand what was happening, I stood there motionless, and then 2 familiar figures emerged from inside. It was Nathaniel and Marissa. Hey, is this Hannah's car? How could you do this to me? This is a luxury car, you know. Marissa exclaimed, almost in a scream. This needs to be properly compensated for. You might already know, but my husband is in the mafia. So he's really particular about these kinds of troubles. Well, in terms of price, I think we should ask for $65,000 for repair costs and compensation for the collision. Don't think you can get away with it. I'm not even in the car, so why do they think I caused the collision? I feel like Marissa is the one who caused it instead. Nathaniel came from behind and started shouting. You again? How much more trouble do you have to cause? Pay up like my wife said, and of course in cash. At that moment, I felt like Marissa and Nathaniel shared a knowing laugh. Understood. It's a bit of an inconvenience to talk here. Would you mind coming to my place? I have the money at home, so I can give it to you. If that's what you want, then let's get along with it. I wonder if you really have the money, though. If you can't prepare it, you must understand it could lead to serious consequences. If she can state it so clearly up to this point, then it should be okay. Let's look forward to what hospitality she'll offer. With that, Marissa and Nathaniel burst into laughter. But enjoying this carefree talk is only temporary. After that, we each moved to my home in our respective cars. This is my house. Huh. For someone like you, Hannah, this is quite a nice house. It feels a bit excessive. Marissa's right. The house alone seems quite splendid. I'm looking forward to hearing what excuse she'll come up with. Since it's a Lamborghini, you know you won't be let off with just an apology, right? It would be fine if you begged and apologized while polishing our shoes or something. Ignoring the continued snide remarks from the two, I opened the front door. Welcome back, big sis. From inside, a refreshing young girl, Adriana, came out. Hey, I told you to stop calling me like that. I'm sorry. I've been calling you that for so long it's become a habit. I've informed him of everything. He's waiting for you in the back. Okay, thank you. Smiling, Adriana greeted me warmly and then led us to the room where my father Samuel awaited. Who's that man, Hannah? Are you possibly cheating? Letting such a young girl call you big sister is pretty risky. I could no longer hear their conversation. As the door to the rooms opened, Samuel, my father, was waiting. Hey, you made it. Thanks for coming all this way. Well, have a seat over there. Let's take our time and talk, shall we? Samuel, why are you here? Nathaniel raised his voice upon seeing my father's face. I suspected as much. It's really you. His eyes started swimming. Marissa, oblivious to the situation, began to yell at him. I don't know who you are, but are you Hannah's father? We're the victims here. Do you know what a Lamborghini is? It's a pretty high-end car. It's not something you want your daughter to hit. We need you to pay $65,000 in repair costs in cash right now. Samuel slammed a suitcase on the table. When Samuel opened it, it was packed with cash. Nathaniel and Marissa's eyes widened. I think this is what you want. I've already prepared it after receiving a message from Hannah. I've counted it several times. There should be a solid $65,000.
The two remained frozen, not moving at all. They probably hadn't expected actual cash to come out. With a sigh, Samuel continued.
By the way, it seems you, Marissa, and Hannah have been very close. I often hear about things like school entrance ceremonies and field trips. I have to make sure I return the favor. Wait a minute. I really don't know anything about this. I never imagined that she was your daughter. I don't think ignorance excuses you, do you?
He said, glaring at Nathaniel. What do you mean? Explain it.
This man is the chairman of the Salvatore Group.
The Salvatore Group? The one you said you admired?
That's right.
This time, Marissa's face turned pale. My father was the chairman of the Salvatore Group that Nathaniel admired. The group Nathaniel belongs to seems to have been recently formed, with only about 10 members. In contrast, our organization is quite large, with about 100 members. In other words, she ended up picking a fight with the daughter of the chairman Nathaniel admired. And Adriana greatly admires my father. That's why she referred to me as her big sister. Also, it was because of these circumstances that my parents were able to provide substantial support for the infertility treatment.
I said $65,000 would suffice, and I paid it in full. Well then, it's your turn. Shall we demand $100,000 as compensation for insulting my daughter and grandchild?
Why does it have to be like this? We don't have that kind of money.
Hey, don't talk to Samuel like that.
Perhaps realizing he was speaking to the chairman, Nathaniel suddenly changed his tune.
If you can't provide it, you'll have to work for us to pay it back. I'm fine with either. Choose whichever you like.
At that moment, Nathaniel and Marissa fell silent as Adriana rushed in. Chairman, I brought what you asked for.
Your promptness is appreciated. Well then, just in case, let's check the dash cam.
Wait, stop that. Without waiting for Marissa's words, Samuel played the recorder. On it, the figures of the two intentionally swerving into my car were captured. Nathaniel immediately denied it.
No, that's not it. Marissa, you're the one who swerved into.
You wouldn't think there'd be a dash cam, right? Basically, it's Hannah's fault. She's always smiling and cheeky no matter what, so it's not surprising she got hit, right? And about spilling juice on the backpack. If I didn't do it, someone else would have, so.
Hold on a second. You spilled juice on the backpack? Weren't you the one targeted? Don't fight here.
A thunderous voice reverberated through the room. Samuel was angrier than I had ever seen him before.
How are you going to make this right? If you intentionally crash the car, the conversation changes. I won't settle for anything less than $65,000 returned to me. Plus, I'll add $35,000 for the lies, making it $100,000 total.
Frightened, the two didn't deny anything further. Afterward, Marissa and Nathaniel surprisingly became very quiet. The incident has caused ripples even within Nathaniel's organization. It might be tough without a place to go, but they must pay the compensation properly. With no means to repay, they've decided to work in our organization. As for Marissa, it seems she couldn't bear the cold stares from her mom friends and neighbors, so she went back to her parents' home. And it seems the divorce proceedings are progressing. It's only natural, considering Marissa's attempts to deceive and blame something on me. On the other hand, I was able to conceive a second child. I honestly thought having another one would be difficult, so I'm really happy. Naomi was also happy to have a sibling. I want to start preparing properly from now on to welcome the new family member.